Have you ever seen people having a visible lump in their throat? Have you ever witnessed grandparents saying no to desserts even if they want to have some? Or have you seen a person who is too short compared to the others in his or her age range? Now you may wonder as to why we are giving examples of all these different scenarios. Well, the situations might be different, but the reason for each is the same. Yes, you heard me right. Every situation has one common culprit called the hormones. Wait a second. Did I just say hormones are the culprit? Yes, absolutely. But how is this possible? We concluded the previous video with a note that there are many hormones in our body apart from the sex hormones. So in this video, we will be learning in general about the various hormones other than the testosterone and the estrogen. Let's begin with naming the glands first. We know that the master endocrine gland is the pituitary gland. Next gland, as we can see here, is a butterfly-shaped gland called the thyroid gland. After this, are we able to locate the two pyramids placed on top of the kidneys? These are nothing but the pair of adrenal glands. Just below the adrenal, we have pancreas. And who comes at the end? Yes, the gonads. That is, the testes in males and the ovaries in females. Beginning with the master first. What is the reason for which we call it the master endocrine gland? The major reason for this is the fact that it secretes many hormones single-handedly. That's correct. It is responsible for secreting many hormones that not only order other glands but also bring about the necessary changes themselves. For instance, we know that the hormones from the pituitary stimulate the secretions of gonadal hormones. However, many other hormones like the growth hormone are not targeted towards any other gland. In fact, it directly targets the cells of the body, bringing about growth in the individual. Next on our list is the thyroid gland. Remember the example of people having a bulge in the throat that we discussed at the beginning of this video? Can you guess why they suffer from this condition? Yes, they have a problem with their thyroid gland's activity. The butterfly-shaped gland is known to secrete an important hormone called the thyroxine. And why is this hormone important to us? It is important because thyroxine regulates metabolism in us. But improper secretion by the thyroid gland causes the levels of thyroxine to either increase or decrease in the body. This causes several problems, one among which is the swelling or bulging of the thyroid gland itself. This is commonly referred to as the simple goiter. The next example that we had seen in the introductory part was that of elderly people refusing to eat sweets. And we know the reason for this, right? That's right. Diabetes is a very common disorder found in many people these days. However, what makes this disorder so crucial? To explain this, we first need to understand that although sugar is required by all the cells in our body, it is necessary to only a limited extent. If the supply exceeds the demand, then the cells may get damaged too. Hence, in order to control the glucose level in our blood, we require a hormone called insulin. And now can you guess who secretes this insulin for us? Yes, it's our pancreas. The pancreas secretes the hormone insulin, which is responsible for regulating the sugar levels in our body. Lastly, imagine a situation where a cockroach lands in front of you. Now, if you belong to that category of people who are brave enough to face it, you may end up killing the creature. But if you are scared by its mere sight, then you will scream and run away. Such a situation is called fight or flight reaction. And it is not only the sight of cockroach, but many such instances in which we either fight or simply try escaping the situation. But why are we discussing this along with the topic of hormones? Well, that is because the reaction is controlled by the next hormone in our list. It's the adrenaline hormone. The name itself suggests that the hormone is secreted by the adrenal glands. These are the pair of pyramid-shaped glands placed above the kidneys. Well, that was about some of the important hormones in humans besides the sex hormones. What do I mean by hormones in humans? Are we trying to say that hormones exist in other animals as well? Of course, yes. And in order to know the hormones in animals and their functions, do watch our next video.